Kootenai County is also revamping their space. For years, they have contracted with the Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office for autopsies, but if plans are approved, they will one day be self-reliant by breaking ground on their own autopsy suite. The Kootenai County coroner says more people are coming, but less people are showing interest in this dying field.
Ripped your heart out again and stomped on it.
That's the only way the grieving parents of Kendi Howard can describe having to sit through the trial of their daughter's killer, her husband.
Relieved.
You know, we're relieved.
And it never would have happened
This trial took a long time.
without the tenacity of Kootenai County.
A prosecutor's job is to find the truth. And in this case, the truth is that Dan Howard murdered Kendi Howard and then staged her death to look like a suicide.
Kendi's death was initially ruled to be undetermined by former Spokane County Medical Examiner John Howard, no relation to Dan. But Kootenai County felt this was a murder, fueled by a deputy coroner's photographs and thorough records of Kendi's many injuries. An outside expert reviewed the material and agreed, laying it out for the jury.
Ms. Howard died of homicide.
Dan Howard was convicted of strangling Kendi and staging a gunshot wound to try to cover up his crimes. Meticulous documentation by that deputy coroner helping get him caught.
The prosecutor's office told us it was her pictures that was able to determine that no, this person was dead before they were in the tub.
Kendi's case is one example of many that Kootenai County coroner Dr. Duke Johnson, or Dr. Duke as everyone here calls him, says makes him proud.
The entire justice process begins with you.
It does. It does.
And that's really what called Dr. Duke to serve his community in this way for both the living and the dead.
You have to see the greater good, because I might be picking up something congenital that the family needs to know. I might be picking up a brand new street drug that could be horrible and the rest of the community needs to know it.
Dr. Duke is an Idaho native, but his extensive medical career did take him out of state.
And I started off as a level 1, level 2 trauma doc in Southern California, and I've taught preventive medicine in 30 different countries around the world.
Experience he's brought back to Kootenai County.
How rare is it for a coroner to also be a medical doctor?
In the state of Idaho, very, very rare.
He's hoping to use his unique skill set to help a field and industry that's dying.
There's a shortage of medical examiners and there's a shortage of facilities,
leading to strain.
The whole area is growing. As population grows, it's only going to put more on everyone.
Even though he is a doctor, he's not a forensic pathologist, meaning the contract with the Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office is critical for autopsies. The cost for each ranges from $1,800 to upward of $3,000.
Most coroner's offices send 30% of the cases they get to autopsy. Well, our staff is so experienced, we only send 12%.
A number that they need to reduce even further. But if they can't,
our only alternative is to go to another autopsy center in Seattle, Boise, Missoula.
But they struggle to keep up with their own counties. That's why he's pushing to get a center of their own.
Nobody likes to talk about death. There's a point where somebody has to rise this to a higher level of priority rather than always having it be last.
And he's willing to be that person.
It's a point of maturity. I mean, come on. This is going to happen to everybody. Therefore, let's fund it.
And you saw there, just because a coroner's office doesn't handle the actual autopsy, their work is still crucial. They respond to the death scene. They take extensive records and photographs, review medical history, and then they follow up.